The Los Angeles Lakers lost to the New York Knicks 112-100. In this game, LeBron James showed why he didn't deserve to be an all-star, but I think it was really symbolic of how deceptive of a season LeBron's having, how he could even fool a bunch of coaches who I have to say are pretty stupid for voting him into the All-Star game to be a reserve. It shows like always why I've always argued NBA coaches tend to be overrated. Like I feel 10-year-olds could do their job. That's how highly I think of most NBA coaches. But just going back to this game, LeBron had 22 points on 60% shooting overall from the field and 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 turnover. And you're thinking like, wow, those are great numbers. He's definitely showing why he deserves to be an all-star. But then you look at the plus and minus stat, and he was like negative 17. He had the second worst plus minus stat on the Lakers and the second worst plus minus stat of the game. The only guys who were worse were Marcus Smart and Jake LaRavia. That's how bad LeBron was in the game, but he's able to deceive people with what I call counting stats. He will get his offensive numbers, but it will not reflect how much of a traffic cone he is on defense. And whatever he gets, he'll give up on the other end, which negatively impacts the game. Since LeBron James has returned to the Lakers, they have gone from being the second best team in the West to now being the sixth best team in the West. How is that an all-star player? That to me is just ridiculous. How can you be an all-star when you made your team even worse than what they were before? That makes zero sense. I know some people are arguing, well, it's not fair. The Lakers lost Austin Reeves once he came back. Had they had Austin Reeves, they would not have fallen all the way to sixth place. They would still be in second. If you make that argument, you're proving my point that Austin Reeves was actually the real all-star while LeBron wasn't, because when they just had Austin Reeves and Luka, they were rolling. They were number 2 in the West. Now Austin gets hurt, you replace him with LeBron, and LeBron is not able to help the team win games, which shows that LeBron is a fraud all-star. This is a fraudulent all-star appearance he's making, an appearance that he has stolen from someone who's truly worthy of that spot. It's like I said, like how can a sixth place team have 2 all-stars? That's absurd. There's no way if you're in sixth place you deserve 2 all-stars. Lakers have one in Luka. Luka rightfully deserved. I'm not going to even argue against that, but there's no way they should have 2 all-stars. And you look at the top teams in the West, OKC has 2, fair enough. But then you have San Antonio, that's number 2. And they don't have 2 all-stars. It's only Victor. I think either De'Aaron Fox or Stephon Castle deserve an all-star appearance over LeBron. And I believe that because when Victor got hurt, the Spurs were still able to win games despite him being out for I think it was 4 to 6 weeks. They could have easily gone south in the standings and fallen to 7th or 8th place or even outside of those slots, but they didn't. It's because those guys stepped up, but now they're not getting rewarded for helping their team win. That's terrible. These coaches are sending a bad message to other NBA players that winning doesn't matter. It's all about stats. I look at the Rockets. They're in the top 4. You can make a case that they deserve another all-star. Shagun has had a great season. He's averaging, I think, 20 and 10. How the fuck does he not get in? He's a big reason why the Rockets are a top 4 team in the West. But he's not worthy of an all-star appearance. Absurd. LeBron gets it over him. Despite Shagun impacting winning much more than LeBron is at his age. Now let's look at the Clippers. Granted, their record is not great, but they started off the season I think 15 or 16 games below 500. And ever since Kawhi has come back from injury, they're now in 9th place, only 2 games below 500, 23 and 25. How can you not pick Kawhi over LeBron? Kawhi's stats are even better than LeBron. That's how absurd this is. This is so fucking stupid. I'm just shaking my head. These coaches are even dumber than the fans. And that's saying something. And just the fact that they picked even Denny Avija, I'm not even sure if I'm saying his name correctly, over Kawhi is ridiculous. Clippers are ranked higher than Portland, but this shows you how screwed up the voting is with these coaches. I don't know if they felt pressured by the league to vote for LeBron. I wonder if that was the case, but I'm just shaking my head. This is insanely ridiculous. Like, I look at even Minnesota, they're ranked higher than the Lakers. I'm sure you could make the case that Julius Randle deserved to get into the All-Star game. There's just so many guys you could argue over LeBron that had a better impact on their team winning, but they're not going to even get in there now because LeBron stole a spot that he didn't deserve. And it is sickening in the sense that this guy keeps getting rewarded when he doesn't deserve any of this stuff. He's just getting it off of legacy. He's getting it off of people being scared, pressure from the media, pressure from the league, and I think it's pathetic. So I'm disappointed. Grant, I don't think much about the All-Star game anyways. To me, I would say the last like 15 years, it's been garbage. I can't even remember the last really good All-Star game. I think this new format is retarded, to be honest. This USA versus world format. I don't know what they're going to get out of it, but I wonder if that factored in the way people voted for these reserves in the sense because I see Pascal Siakam getting in on the East, and I'm thinking like how do you reward Siakam when his Pacers have like the worst fucking record in the East? And then I think that was the case with Denny Avija. Like he was getting in there simply because they need another foreign player for this stupid USA versus world setup. If you're gonna do that dumb setup from this point on, I can't take these All-Star games seriously. Great, I haven't taken the actual game seriously, but these what I'm going to say, accolades of being an all-star seriously because it doesn't mean anything then. It's skewed to get certain guys in there. And that's just ridiculous. Like, you shouldn't be getting into an all-star game simply because you're a foreigner. That to me is stupid. I'm not even xenophobic. I'm far from it, but I just can't accept it when I see a guy like Siakam get in and his team has like the worst record in the East. That to me is stupid. And it just goes to show you that these coaches in the league, they don't know what the hell they're doing anymore when it comes to this game. They should just cancel this game. That's the way I feel about it. Like, it's really a meaningless game anymore, and that selection doesn't mean anything in my eyes when it comes to credibility of how great players are because it's just based on politics and popularity. That's what it really shows to me, especially with them selecting LeBron as a reserve. I don't have anything else to say about this.